I am screaming.
I done did that a million times. We'll do a whole episode and had to redo it.
And because it's not recording at all, that's scary.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Your water is over there too. Don't forget. Oh, sorry.
I got some of it.
Okay.
How the heck we gonna do it? Are we calling it tea time?
You know, we definitely can. Just start it off tea time with Tata since we're here already. That works for me.
Okay, well, welcome back to another episode of Square Business / Tea Time with Tata. We in the building.
I'm so excited.
I am excited to be here. This is definitely a different setting than what I'm used to.
Welcome to the porch.
But it's cool though. Welcome. So today we got a special one for you guys, man. Long overdue. This is a very special woman, hardworking woman of God, very smart, very educated, very licensed.
Stop.
She is a licensed hairstylist for almost a decade, licensed esthetician for 7 years, licensed instructor in hair and aesthetics, licensed in medical billing and coding, a mother, emerging online talent, mental health enthusiast, women's advocate, role model for all baddies across Appalachia.
Period. It's just crazy to hear you say all of that. Like, me? Little old me? I do all that stuff?
We have Miss Tajaya Granjean in the building. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for coming. How you been?
I'm good, man.
I'm
good.
I gotta make sure my people good.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for coming. It's really so nice to have you. You're literally my first guest on the porch, and I'm on your podcast today, so it just feels good to start off this way.
Right on.
Right.
Right on. Hey, man, so today, like I said before, we organized this, and you had put out a video, and it was talking about just women's mental health, specifically.
Yeah.
And it resonated with me because, I'm in that field. So I felt like it was important to bring your story to the forefront and help somebody out there that might be struggling with
absolutely
the same thing. So
yes.
I'm glad that we're here today.
Me
so
too.
For the people who don't know, let them know who you are, because you're
how do I top that introduction? What do I say
your audience
after
is
that?
growing, man.
I am so grateful and thankful for it too, because I did not expect this to happen. I just was like, I've been making hair videos for a long time.
Right.
I've been doing hair for a long time. I have been a therapist for so many clients. I feel like I've been able to talk people through life, marriage, death. I've just been through so much with people that speaking into my camera became so much easier for me because it's something that I already do on a daily basis. As far as in the shop. And we run our mouths in there. So it was just, it got a little bit easier for me to do it. Naturally, right. And then I think when I slowed down this West Virginia accent for a minute and my voice got a little bit more mellow, it kind of resonated there too, a little softer. Because if I really talk, it's fast and quick. And, you got to really listen for this accent. But
if you know, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I have, like you said, I've been doing hair for 10 years.
Right.
I did my esthetician's license while I was pregnant with my first daughter. I really honestly was trying to hide my pregnancy at the time. So I was like, I'm going to go back to school and do something. It's just what women do. We're like, I'm bored. Let me go back to school. There's nothing else for me to do. So
right.
I went back to school, got my esthetician's license. I also can teach. So I'm an instructor. I can teach hair and aesthetics as well. So I did a little bit of teaching for a while. And then I got pregnant with my second daughter. So I've been just mellowing out, finding my groove, being a mom of two. And that
how do you keep up with all that?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I'm really tired.
Yeah,
it's not an easy feat at all.
I'm a workaholic myself, man.
Yeah.
But sometimes I amaze myself. Where do I find all the time to do this?
Where do you get it from? I think you just muster up the strength, especially when you have little kids or children, whatever, looking at you.
Right.
It just makes you kind of want to go harder. You want to be better for them. You want to show them better, which is mainly what my series has been about. I know that I started it off just kind of bad-mouthing my baby dad. Anyway, but more or less, I wanted to advocate for my children who don't have a voice. I feel like my daughter deserved for me to, show her what it's like to be a strong woman and to not back down from a fight just because it looks hard. And that was mainly my inspiration for starting everything is my kids. So you just muster up the strength to do whatever needs to get done no matter what.
Yeah.
When I didn't have kids, though, I still had that drive. I was still like a go-getter. Like I wanted everything, and I still do.
Where do you think that came from?
Not having shit. Mainly that. Mainly just wanting more and like the thirst for more in my life. So I just hustled hard and worked hard and wanted it all.
Mm-hmm.
I left Beckley when I graduated from Woodrow, and went to Morgantown for beauty school because I wanted to have a fake college experience. You know what I mean? And it was. Me and my best friend moved up there. We got us a little apartment. Her car broke down a week after we moved, and we took taxi cabs. Oh my God, it was $30 every day each way back and forth to school. And it was an hourly thing, so you cannot miss. You have to make it to class on time. You have to make it every day. So I just hustled the whole time, hustled through school, and then I moved my ass back home where I knew I could maybe get a little bit of help. And that helped me build my clientele. So I've been doing hair since 2017, and I love it. I have a wonderful clientele base. I attribute all of the things that I know now through my mentors and just having people who have already, been through it. I met Stacy, and she showed me a lot in the game. And
Shout out to Stacy.
Shout out to Stacy, man. Shout out to Get Faded and Die. It's really put me on the map where I needed to be. Okay. But yeah, through that whole experience, I've talked to people about their lives. I've listened to women tell me domestic violence stories, or just stories about, not only just the dark, but the light, about getting married, about having children, about postpartum, about depression, about things that I feel like they can't talk to a regular therapist about. So it's easier to come to the shop and your head's in a shampoo bowl and you just spill your beans. You know what I mean? It's just easier that way. Yeah. So it honestly has like been the easier part of my job because I love to run my mouth anyway. I might not let you get a word in for the rest of the podcast. So,
man, I wanted to touch on a few things today. I've been watching your content for a while now. So, and I appreciate you sharing my content as well.
Of course.
And being a day one.
Oh, that means everything. I feel like local businesses, like, we have to support each other. It's the only way that we get up. You know what I mean?
We got to, man.
Yeah. And you started off, let's talk about Rodney for a second. Rodney started off like maybe just like a couple years ago, and he's already like, that's who I want to do my pictures. That's who I want at my photo shoots.
Appreciate
when
that.
it's time for my wedding, I'm calling Rodney. Thank you very much. He will be on retainer.
Hey, you getting married? Holla at your boy.
Absolutely.
Man.
Please. It's who you need to call.
Appreciate that. But I was watching the content, and one thing that stuck out to me, you were talking about too many chefs being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So let's expand on that.
I feel like everybody always has something to say, and like no ground to stand on to say it. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to your business. Like everybody has an input, but nobody has anything to. Time to go pick my kids up from daycare, y'all. Nobody has literally any like positive things to add. Normally, it's normally just like, you should be doing this way, and you should be doing, but nobody would do it themselves. They haven't been through it themselves. They wouldn't sit in front of a camera and be vulnerable themselves. They would not do any of it. They just feel like what I should be saying and what they would say are all the same things. I know that you experienced that too. I know people.
Yeah, and they tend to label it as wanting the best for you.
Lola, I'm sorry. I know y'all see my dog in every video.
But
be a good girl.
They tend to label it as wanting the best for you and, looking out for you.
Yeah, and it's not that. Definitely not. It's like hidden under a passive aggressive kind of like, well, maybe you should do it like this. I like how you do it, but it's not actually genuine. They're more or less just trying to like get you to see things the way they see it, and it's not ever beneficial. I've never had an experience where like that type of advice has actually helped me. More or less, kind of just put me in a space of like, okay, maybe I don't want to do this anymore, just because it could be so negative, Yeah. I've also gotten a lot of positive feedback, so it's not like it's all been negative, but more or less, it's been too many people putting their input in on things that they don't have to, on things that they don't do, things that they don't know about, and they feel like they're right because we're on the internet.
Right.
Please.
Do you find that it's with people in the community, or is it more so family?
I think I've gotten a lot of support from people in the community. My family has supported me as well because, honestly, they've been tired of me being quiet for so long. They've been wanting me to run my mouth some. I think I've gotten a lot of support from people in the community, but I also think that I've gotten, like, backlash as far as, like, what I talk about. And then there are, like, a group of single moms who are, like, living vicariously through me.
Right.
I
right.
express a
I
rage
noticed
that they want to talk about it, but they can't, or they feel silenced in a way. And the things that I say makes them feel a little bit more powerful. My friend the other day was like, I don't know what you've done to the internet, but everybody on my timeline is just going crazy right now. And I think I've just ramped up the like passion behind saying what the hell you feel like you need to say. Like saying what you feel like to get off your chest so that you'll feel better.
Right.
Yeah.
So before you decided to start doing content creation online, did you feel that pressure? Like, what happens if I start speaking my mind?
Yes, absolutely. I actually contacted a lawyer before I started because
For
I knew
real?
I knew what I wanted to say was probably going to ruffle some feathers. And he actually gave me the idea, because I would see content online that just kind of bothered me because it affected me personally. You know what I mean? It actually was like not the truth in my reality, but the truth in someone else's. And I can't take that away from them, but it more or less was like, this may be true to you here, but this is what this person is doing to me here. And this is also my truth. So when I, spoke about this to my lawyer, he was like, I think it's time for you to get on the internet and you tell your story. And don't lie. You don't have to mention people by name if you don't want to. You can, but you don't have to. Yeah. Just get on there and tell the truth, because that's what, people need to hear. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to get on here and slander or bash anybody. If right now today my baby dad called me and said, hey, I'm going to take care of my daughter, I would get on the internet and say, hey, this worked. So, you know what I mean? This actually worked. But, that just is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to talk about what's true to me, even if it's not just that. I don't always have to give that content, but I'm definitely going to talk about what I feel like is relevant in my own life. And if it resonates, it does. If it doesn't, hey.
And I put out a post myself. You might have seen it
probably
night before last, but I was talking about how to gain and maintain community interest in if you're doing content creation.
Repeat to number one. I seen that.
Yeah, but one of them said, put something out that doesn't violate your own moral compass.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I put that out there wrong, and it might have even been some projection because I am very selective about what I put out there.
Right.
But that's that's my own personal issue.
Right.
But I didn't put it out there to throw shade at anybody or
you don't intentionally want to cause any malice.
Just telling. I'm not telling.
But sometimes your truth does that.
It does. But I wasn't trying to tell other content creators like don't say this, don't say that, or tell them what to say. What I meant to say was just be true to yourself and not try to be like
because a lot of people put on this facade for the internet. They do, and they make up a story or make up a scenario situation because nobody really knows who you are from a 15-second clip. They can't tell your whole life story from, even my 2-minute videos. People still don't know me just because I talk about things that I talk about. But a lot of the people can get on the internet and just pretend everything is smooth and cool. And I think that, honestly, in our generation, we the same generation? Yeah.
You a millennial, right? I'm 93.
Oh. I was born in 97. I think they consider me like a Gen Z, like right at the top of Gen. I call myself a zillennial. I grew up still before like the internet, but it was coming into play when I was growing up. But
we could play the game when the game was the game.
Very
you didn't
true.
have to download
yes, when
nothing.
you had to like put a game in the actual. Please don't. I don't want to go here and tell my age.
And you ain't had no memory card, so you had to leave
and
the game running.
I was a gamer too, so I know I'm a girl, but I definitely had like one of the first PlayStations with the little memory card. I had all that. I used to play San Andreas. Anyway, but yeah, I got ADHD and lost my train of thought, Rodney. But I feel like in our generation, people have been able to put on this huge facade and get away with it on the internet, and it's kind of like when you go rent a mansion and call it yours and then go home to your 2-bedroom shack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people on the internet now have this idea of you that you're so rich and you're so famous and you're so whatever, and it's not the truth.
I feel like it takes too much energy to do that.
It really does. Like imagine being fake like that all the time.
Yeah, like I watch DJ Vlad a lot.
Yeah.
He's always got the famous people on there, Charleston White, all them.
Yeah.
And what I meant by that was I can't act like them.
Right.
So that's what I was saying. Just don't try to be somebody else.
Yeah.
But I think what you're doing is a beautiful thing.
Normally, being yourself does resonate a lot better to other people.
Yeah. Well, it's more believable.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't fake it. Actually, I think for so long I've been tucking stuff down and hiding it all in, you know what I mean, and just trying to put that mask on, like I'm not upset, and I'm just kind of done doing that. I think a lot of people hide in their mental health that way. They just, oh no, I'm fine, I'm so cool, and you're not, and you're struggling mentally, or
Right.
you're struggling in a lot of different ways, and you can't let it out. Maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago, though, I had like a crazy scare and I had a stroke because I just have been just holding on, I think, to stuff for so long.
Man.
I'm fine though. I'm doing good, y'all. I went to the doctor. Everything's fine. It just was more stress induced.
Yeah.
And they really couldn't figure out exactly what happened to me. But I'm
That's
doing
good.
better.
Okay.
But the night that it happened, I didn't know it was happening. I was on Snapchat. If you got me on Snapchat, you peep. But I was on Snapchat going crazy, like just yelling into my phone, just everything I was feeling, everything I've been holding in. And when I was done, I was like, I cannot believe I just cried and screamed into my phone and posted it on the internet.
Right.
Like, how crazy of me to do.
So it was a cringy moment for you?
Yes, and like one of the videos I did save, I actually posted it as a reel the other day because I don't know what made me save it, just one of them. But I was like, ew, I'm crying my eyelashes. Who presses play and records themselves? But in that moment, I felt so vulnerable. I felt like I had to like get it off my chest, and afterwards, honey, I felt so much better.
Well, I think the reason that our generations do that is because we are looking for someone or something to resonate with us.
Yes.
Like, we're trying to put something out there that other people can resonate with, but we're also looking for the same thing.
Yes.
We're still looking for a warm embrace from someone or somebody.
Well, and a lot of your like support is on the internet. It's all virtual mostly, you know what I mean? Because that's how we connect now as humans, you know what I mean? You don't go to the park and talk to people. It's just not how it is.
Nah.
You're normally on Instagram with a picture or a reel.
It's just a different day.
It's just how it goes, and it's easier to get on your phone and just, talk into it because no one else is around. There's not a crowd. You don't feel as embarrassed. You know what I mean? So it does become a little bit easier. Like, even with you on the porch right now, I'm not used to this. I'm used to my little camera and just me. So no one else is here, and I can say whatever I feel.
Yeah.
But still, all in the same breath, like, I don't want to hide behind, appearances anymore. I think I'm done keeping up.
Too much work.
Yeah, it's just too much pressure.
Yeah.
So much pressure that it literally made me stroke out, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Giving that type of energy to myself, even I don't feel like I deserve that.
Yeah.
So if it's on my mind, it's probably about to come out my mouth. I don't have to hide anymore.
So tying back into family, I know you got a good relationship with your mom.
Yeah.
You called her an adult Pro Max.
That's what she is. That is an adult Pro Max. That's like the upgraded, downloaded version of an adult.
Shout out Miss Rhonda.
Hey, love your mama. Like when you don't know which medicine to take, you're like, Mom, should I take this much? Even though it's on the bottle, I still call my mom. I don't mess around. You know what I mean? Me and my mom have not always had the best relationship, though. It took us a while to get here. It actually took for me to have my daughter, you know what I'm saying, for me to have a better understanding for her even. Because becoming a parent, they don't give you the baby in a handbook with the baby.
There's no strategy guide.
There's nothing to it. So a lot of my life I spent blaming her for my problems and blaming her for things that went wrong. And she was a 16-year-old girl when she had me. She didn't have the answers. She didn't have it all figured out. And when I had my own daughter, I was like, dang, this is what my mom going through my whole life, and I was not nice to her as a teenager.
Now you see
teenage girls are a little nasty. I'm like, I pray every day, like, please, Lord, I know you gave me 2 daughters, but can you take the attitude out of them a little bit? But I appreciate and love my mom so much now because she's literally my biggest supporter. She's my biggest support system. I can call her and come get these kids. They're up my butt, and I really need a break. And she's here. You know what I'm saying? And
That's what's up, man.
very much here for me. She picks up the slack in a lot of areas that other people are where they're supposed to be. She's there, and she doesn't miss a beat, especially when it comes to my kids. So it didn't take me long to forgive her. Actually, even if we still argue today, by the next day, I'm over it. That's my mama. You know what I mean? Now, before it wouldn't have been like that, but now she can do no wrong. I still have to parent her sometimes. I think it goes like that. I think the older you get.
You end up, if you don't have any kids in this life, if you somehow manage not to have kids,
a parent.
you're going to end up being a parent to at least one.
Your mom and daddy stop listening after a while. They just don't care. They quit listening. So then you have to keep them on track. That's just how it goes.
I heard once you hit 50, you just stop caring.
Yeah, you turn into a little badass kid again.
Man, so another thing that I was watching in one of your videos, you said ending your life with words.
Yeah.
How important is that to you? What does that mean?
I don't want to kill anybody's spirit, I've seen it happen. You know what I mean? I've seen people be bullied out of their own personalities, or like lose sense of self just because of what other people
Right.
say, and that is not my goal. I do not want people to feel like what I'm saying necessarily is to cause them harm. That's really important to me, especially since I'm advocating for mental health. I am not trying to destroy you mentally.
Right.
What I might say may hit home a little bit, especially if you don't have your own porch cleaned up, no pun intended. Like, if you are not in a place to hear it, you're going to take it as a shot. And that's okay. I still do that too. I'm human 100%. Like, it's hard sometimes for me to take constructive criticism. I'm an artist too, so I'm sensitive about my shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
sometimes it's a little hard for me to take criticism as well, but I'm not going to, you know, call anybody on things that are not true. I want people to, if I'm calling you out, it's because of something you actually did, something that is actually the truth, something that I know is the truth. I'm never going to like get on the camera and lie on you or to you or about you. I don't want anybody to lie to me. So, or to me or about me. So I'm going to make sure that my words are used diligently, because it's power, you know?
Yeah.
You
Well,
can
sometimes you gotta have them uncomfortable conversations.
Absolutely.
And if you don't, you know, you're just being a yes man, a people pleaser.
And that's where growth happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and it's doing that person a disservice.
Absolutely. So. Like, I'm not doing you any better to just let you live your life all willy-nilly, and especially like if your life is significant to my life. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you mean something to me or you mean something to the people around me, I want you to know and do better. And I think as Black people, as community, I feel like we don't talk about it enough. We don't sit down with our people and our peers enough and say, hey, maybe we should clean up this or that so that we can advance forward. Yeah. And I love my people. Like, I'm Black before anything else. So, hey, I know I'm yellow. You know how they do light skinned people. They be like, oh, y'all real. I'm very pro Black. Okay. I have 2 Black parents, even though I'm light skinned. I do not play like that. Okay. But I mainly want to reach all people, so it's not like a race thing necessarily. But my people personally, I do take it personally when I talk to them. Especially like Black women, Black men, you know, I want us to be better than what we've seen and become better than what we've seen and be better for the next generation. It just means a lot to me. Okay.
The term choose better.
Yeah. You got to, I guess.
When I watched the video, and I love that piece, I love that segment about the phrase choose better. And that you mentioned that it was a checklist, if you will, that could make it feel like your experience is being minimized.
Yeah, like it's not real. I think something has happened in the past years to like kind of make men and women go at each other's throats. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times in all of society, when you are a single mother, it's seen as like a red X on you in some kind of way. And 9 times out of 10, people make this assumption that you picked the wrong guy or the wrong woman, or you chose that incorrectly. Yeah. Now, in some cases, that may be true. Like when I got pregnant with my first daughter, I was 21. That man did have 3 kids. There was signs there and flags, but I wouldn't trust my 20-year-old to watch a dog. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it takes away from a human experience that people have, like, to say that you should have just picked a better situation. People don't always show you who they are. People don't always start off showing you that who does that? Who meets someone and goes, I am going to get you pregnant and abandon you. They don't do that. You know what I mean? So a lot of the times, choose better is being used as an insult against women, especially single mothers, because they just feel like you're in your circumstances on your own regard. You did that to yourself. Instead of telling men to be better, or instead of telling other women who, you know, advocate for men or people who don't take care of their responsibilities, instead of telling them to choose better, maybe we should just start being better, and there wouldn't be a choice or an option of who's doing what right and who isn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by that is it's not necessary to try to point a finger or put the blame on just one singular person for their decisions. It's not fair. We all make mistakes.
Do you think that could be projection?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of people come from single moms too. That's what gets me. Like, Your mom was probably, you probably grew up with a single mom, and now you hate your mom because your dad wasn't around. And that may be her fault. She may
Man.
have been crazy, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
I don't think anything would keep me from my children
Mm-hmm.
on this earth. You could literally come bust my windows out. I'm still coming to make sure I take care of my kids. So I don't think that it's always choose better, whatever situation. I think it's more or less like you didn't choose your responsibility because it was easier not to. And
Right.
a lot of people who didn't, like I said, didn't grow up in households with both parents. Me, I did have a stepdad and he loved me dearly, but I feel like a lot of people didn't grow up in that situation where they had a father figure and a mother figure. So everything is the mom's fault because that's who you grew up with. That's who you know. That's who raised you mainly. And everything's her fault. And she did it all. Even me, going back to my mom, that's a lot of the things that I did. I blamed her for a lot of my problems, for my dad not being around, and it was not her fault. He took care of all the rest of his kids. What did I do? So you didn't like my mom
Right.
so bad that you just abandoned me? You know what I mean? That just is not fair to her. It isn't fair to me. It isn't fair to people who blame themselves. It isn't fair to, honestly, anyone who made a decision to take care of their children or made a decision to take care of their responsibilities, for them to be the one at blame when the other person doesn't do what they're supposed to do. So,
Yeah. Hey, on that note, we'll be right back after this.
yeah, it's hot in this robe.
All right, we back. So following up on that point, breaking cycles, not having the ideal examples of love, like you mentioned in one
Yeah.
of your videos.
Yeah.
At what point did you find yourself emotionally available and able to forgive your mom, or maybe some of that resentment that you had at one point in your life?
I think honestly, if I'm just gonna keep it real, I'm still working through a lot of things. When it came to my mom, like I said, it was with when I had my daughter.
Yeah.
I just could understand her, put myself in her shoes a little bit more. But I don't think that a lot of the times we get those examples in a positive way. I didn't have, what I want to say is positive role models growing up. Just people I didn't want to be like, things I didn't want for myself, more or less. And I think that's how we grow up. And I've been through a lot of heartbreaking relationships and friendships and things like that, because a lot of the times you're so used to chaos and you're so used to bullshit, honestly, that you don't know what's happening until you actually know,
Yep.
You don't know till you know. But I think a lot of it just came from me seeing people who actually did have situations that I would adore to have, you know what I mean? And I realized, oh, these people actually grew up in love, that people actually loved them as they were growing up, you know what I'm saying? People, they weren't a burden, they weren't seen that way, you know what I'm saying? And I love my mama, girl. We've already talked about it. I don't want to hear nothing about this. But I grew up, my aunt raised me for most of my life, and she loved me unconditionally, like I was hers. She taught me so much. She was there for me in so many ways. And I think that having that little bit of background allowed me in my adulthood to be able to show love and to care and to have compassion, because that's how she was, you know what I mean? And I strive every day to just be a better version of myself, you know what I mean? If I don't, then what will my daughters see? And that means a lot to me too.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And I love that we're having this conversation right now. I think that a lot of people, they say that they want to get online and speak their truth, but instead of speaking in truth, they should say speak in their experience.
Yeah.
And that's where people need to realize that we're not, getting online and telling our stories to tear another person down, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But we're just giving our experience, which we're allowed to have. That doesn't mean it's the absolute truth. But I think
it may not be their truth, but this is mine. You know what I mean?
I think that we should be allowed
and you're
to
allowed to
share that.
Yeah, why the hell do we have to be quiet about everything? Well, whose face are we saving? Not our own. We're not doing ourselves any justice by doing that. You know what I mean? So why would I just sit around and act like nothing's happening to me? Who the hell is benefit from that? Not me. I'm gonna lose my mind. If I don't get it off me, I'm going to lose my mind eventually. So I do feel like you should be able to talk about your experiences freely and it be the truth. And if it's not their truth, it's yours. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people just kind of try to push that stuff to the side, because B&P is so like needed, I guess, to the people in our culture. Like, you gotta keep it player. You can't let people see your emotions. I cannot do that. When I was younger, people used to be like, Tata, you literally wear your heart on your sleeve. Like, I would look like I was sad. I would look like I was angry. I've never been able to like put on a good poker face. I always thought I was, but it's never been a good one. So I guess eventually it was like, I'm done trying to fake the funk. Like, I don't feel well. My mind doesn't feel well, and I'm about to tell y'all about it. And if you don't want to hear it, that's cool, but I'm not going to keep it on my chest. It's time for me to get it out somehow. And therapy never really, like, sitting down talking to a therapist never did it for me. It, you know, I'm not, and that is not to discourage other people from therapy. You should definitely go to therapy. This is therapy for me, though. Sitting in that chair with my clients is therapy for me. You know what I mean? That camera, talking to people, that's therapy for me. So it kind of just worked out a little bit better in my case for me to have my therapy in a different kind of situation.
Got you.
But yeah, I don't think that people should keep on pretending all the time, because that's what my P stands for. I am not pushing P. I'm pushing P, and it stands for pretending, because I'm just acting like I'm okay. I would much rather just get on here and tell y'all what the real is and not try to hide it like everything is cool. Yeah.
So you said in another video, or it might have been the same video, perfection, awareness over perfection.
Oh, absolutely. Because I don't think that people realize the damages that they cause to other people, because they have this idea of themselves in their own mind that they are so perfect. It's just, you're losing this self-awareness. Like, you did just say something to offend me. You are doing something to hurt my feelings. You are doing something that I wouldn't do to myself, and I'm going to tell you that you're doing it. And just because you think that you're not doesn't mean that that's not my experience.
And that's not an attack. It's just,
it's not.
Letting you know.
Yeah, and a lot of people see it that way, including me. Sometimes people tell me stuff about myself. I'm like, I am not. But then I step back and think about it like, I could have handled that situation better. I could have talked to you better. I could have been better at, my delivery or anything like that. But sometimes it doesn't come off that way.
Yeah. I have that same problem sometimes with conversations between me and my wife, and I can be very sharp. I know a lot of people think I'm soft spoken and just passive, and he just chill, but I mean, everybody got another side.
Absolutely.
So,
and honestly, you probably get the misconception because it seemed like you being nonchalant. But really, it's just...
I used to be.
Yeah,
I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about how you felt about what I said, how I said it. But I
became
learned,
more aware of yourself.
Yeah, I learned the impact of that. And man,
then you got married. And I know that lady don't play like that.
Hey, she ain't playing
I know
around.
that lady do not play like that. You're not about to talk to her crazy.
Shout out Kiera. I love you.
Yeah, shout out to Kiera. I think we was in like science class or something. I went to school with her almost my whole life. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That girl's always been real cool, real chill herself. So.
Yeah, man. She don't do confrontation.
Yeah, and I know she keeping you on lock. You know what I'm saying? Like, keeping you straight. So
she ain't playing around. I'm scared of her. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared.
I know that's right. Hey, shout out to you, Bookie. Keep it on lock, okay?
Yeah.
Said I'm scared of her, as you should.
Word.
Hey, hello?
I'm scared.
A man who finds a wife should be scared of her.
Hey, man, real quick, I want to talk about... because you also have other people in your videos. Let's talk about Summer right quick.
That's my girl. You got to know Summer is to know some love, because that girl is so hardworking. Summer, I think, started doing nails maybe like a year and a half ago, and you cannot get in with Summer. Can we nail cam? If you can zoom in on this later.
I see what I can do.
Summer started maybe about a year and a half ago, and she just has worked so hard. She's been so determined the whole time. She's hilarious. Like, Summer's funny as hell. She just be saying stuff that don't make any sense at all. And we just crack up the whole appointment. But I can tell that girl, in this little bit of time that I've known her, she's been through some stuff herself. You know what I mean? She lost her dad at a young age. You know what I'm saying? She's somebody that she loved dearly. And she... still puts a smile on her face, toothy and all. She's still putting her smile on. She still shows up every day. She's always been here for me. I can call Summer, hey, I need you to just pop up on the porch before you go to work. And there she is, She does my nails. I do her hair. That's probably the best thing about Summer. I'm just playing. But I think that she's just so multi-talented, and she deserves all the love and light. And I hope she sees this, especially during right now, because she's kind of grieving her father. But she definitely is the bee's knees, and there's nothing else really I could say.
Shout out to you, Summer.
We love you, Summer.
We love you.
And everything's going to be all right, Bookie Butt. We ain't been calling her that lately. We've been calling each other Buddy. It's annoying. I mean, hey, buddy, I love you, and I hope you're doing okay today.
That's how West Virginia comes out.
It really is. I think a lot of people don't see me, too, because I am from right here in these hills, and I think West Virginia we're not on the map like we should be. It's a lot of talent here. You know what I mean? Like, when I go get my toes done, the people in the salon are always like, who does your nails? Is it a Vietnamese woman? No, it's my homegirl Summer in the shop. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of talent here that a lot of people don't know about. It's hidden. It's kind of because West Virginia is not really popular, whatever.
And that's another pressure with content creation, and we'll wrap up with this. If people don't know, you can't grow. Yeah. And being from here, from being a small rural place, it's just tough. I haven't cracked that code just yet. I don't know.
It's hard. I don't know exactly what it is either.
You gotta promote, and there's money that goes into that. But everybody ain't got that right now.
Yeah. I mean, we're from one of the poorest states in the country. Like, let's just be honest here. A lot of this is backed by ourselves. Like, I am looking at $1 million worth of equipment right now that Rodney has purchased. I know out of his own pocket. So and all of the things that we have, like all this, the blood, sweat, and tears I put into the salon, working there as a hairstylist, all of the things, it's all came out of my own pocket. I've worked for it all. I've promoted myself.
You put them 10,000 hours in.
Yeah. You put all of it in, and it's coming out of you in every kind of way possible. I will stand in that shop till my feet bleed because I want more and I want better, and I think we all do. I think that honestly is kind of like the drive of West Virginians, because a lot of us, we don't got it. We're just in the poorest state. And we're underrated, but it's okay, because let's be real. A lot of stuff I see, I'm like, dang, I know a homegirl right now that does that. She just ain't recording it and putting it on the internet. So a lot of it is just us getting out in front of our cameras. And
it's also consistency, man, because it is very, very hard to record all of this stuff. Because I know you do yours on the phone.
Honey, and my fingernails be in the way, I'll be on the porch about to have a whole aneurysm.
How long do you spend, for the people that don't know, how long do you spend editing a video?
Oh, my gosh. So because I haven't bulk created my content, that's hard to do, too. It's hard to...
Like just taking a week or like a couple
days? Just one day where you only record content so that you'll have a week's worth of content. That's hard to do. And right now, I'm making iced coffees and cleaning my house because that's what I do on a normal... If there's only so many iced coffees I can make and so many, chores I can do before you're like, okay, she's doing the same thing over and over again. But I think I maybe wake up every morning at about 6 a.m., and my kid, she's out of school right now, so I kind of have a little bit more time in the morning. Yeah. But I wake up about 6 when the sun is coming up, and it's summertime, and I'm sitting in this it's hot in this robe, y'all. I hope y'all know right now I am burning up in this robe. But I wake up about 6. I start recording about 7 a.m. So it's bright and early when y'all see me in those videos. And I don't finish maybe until around 9:30 with like my editing and everything like that. So around 3 or so hours for 2 minutes of content. You know what I mean? And I have to make sure my phone ain't dead, and I have to make sure my little microphone ain't dead, and I have to make sure that Lola my dog wants to participate today.
I tell you what, man, I got some microphones for you.
Oh my gosh, Rodney!
I got about
for me.
I got like 6 of them.
Bet.
But I ain't using them. So
Rodney got stuff he ain't using, y'all.
I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, we're gonna put it to use. I'm about to put Rodney to work. I'm about to create a GoFundMe so y'all can fund me paying Rodney. Thanks.
I ain't too proud to
I'm
beg.
demonetized right now on Facebook too. Like I'm getting 500, 600,000 views in 7 days, and I'm not getting paid for it. They have taken away my monetization, so right now I'm just doing it off the love.
Damn.
Just
why they take it away? Because you saying stuff that
I'm scared to say it on here.
I
said the word that rhymes with rack, and they said I was selling drugs. Man, it happens like that. I was like, just like, dang, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. You ever heard that Boondocks, like, from the Boondocks? He was like, I'm gonna have to start rapping or selling. Or rapping about. So I typed that.
Come on,
demonetized me. They said, oh, you're promoting drug use, and Facebook is so fake strict because somebody get on there and call me an N-word, and they're not taking their pages away.
Bleeping that out.
They ain't bleeping that out now. But if I get on there and say something about the crack epidemic, now they want to take my stuff away from me. But it's all good. I know it'll come back around eventually. I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna stay consistent. And Yeah, y'all catch me every single day for the rest of the days. For as long as I got something to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. And if other people have stuff they need to talk about, we're going to talk about that too.
Show up to the porch.
Hey, meet me on the porch.
Hey, well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Square Business /
God.
Tea Time with Tater.
Tea Time with Tater.
We appreciate y'all tuning in. Until next time.
Thank you so much, Rodney.
Thank you.
You're always welcome and invited.
I appreciate
You like iced
that.
coffee? I keep something on deck for you.
I love iced coffee.
Bet.
For sure.
Thank you
We'll
so much
holler
for
at y'all.
coming. Peace.
All right.
This was great. That was fun.